Hi, I'm Jason Mason, and this is Sunny Sands, where I live. Sunny Sands is called Sunny Sands because it's always sunny and it's by the sea. This is our house. It's called Lighthouse View because you can see the lighthouse from my bedroom window. Today, everything was in boxes because we were having a massive spring clean. I was doing the windows, Jemima was cleaning the kitchen.
Don't forget the top shelf, Jemima.
And Grandpa was helping.
Whoop, missed a bit. Oh, missed another bit.
And Dad was in my bedroom, putting up some new shelves, while Mum was in town, choosing curtains.
Don't worry, it'll be as good as new any minute. Everything will be as good as new.
Oh yes. Today we were all working together to make Lighthouse View as good as new.
I'm late. I should have been at the bike shop 10 minutes ago. Mum will be back at tea time.
I'm going out to play with Zach, remember?
Lucky you.
And Bubbles is coming round to help sort things out. She's a good sorter-outer, is Bubbles. On, off you go. Mind you worry about.
Bye.
We were all quite relieved that Dad had gone, and we stopped for a jammy jumbly break. But just then, the doorbell went.
Ah, that'll be Bubbles.
Or Zach come to collect me.
But it wasn't Bubbles or Zach. It was someone I'd never seen before in my life.
Oh, good. This is the right house. Bernard! This is the right house. Don't stand there gaping like a haddock, boy. Let me in. Oh! Oh, you think it's funny, do you? Well, I'll have you know there's a dreadful doggy smell in here. Well, we'll soon get rid of that.
Oh, we will we? And do you mind me asking you who you are?
Brenda Balderdash.
You!
Oh, jammy jumbly's my favourite.
Please do help yourself. And what exactly are you...
Bernard! Have a jammy jumbly. I think we should start in the kitchen. Come along, Bernard.
We didn't know who they were, and we couldn't get a word in edgeways.
Keep up, Bernard. Oh!
You all right, dear?
I just don't understand
More, Bernard, more.
So Bernard went for the mop.
Oh, dear. That terrible dresser will have to go.
I don't know who Mr. and Mrs. Balderdash are, Jason, but we've got to get rid of them.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of mischief. He can chuff about in our Sunny Sands train. He can drive around in my toy car. He can fly off in my toy plane. Or he can hide in very unusual places, so I can't find him. I'm the only one who knows about Grandpa's magic shrinking cap, and nobody else is supposed to find out. And today, as usual, I had no idea where Grandpa was hiding. Then suddenly... Grandpa! I was about to pick him up when... the doorbell went. I thought it would be Zach's mum, but it wasn't. It was...
Hi! Bubbles!
Yes, it was Bubbles.
Oh, don't tell me Grandpa's gone for a little lie down.
More jammy jumblies, please.
No, not the jammy jumbly.
Don't be silly, Jason. Anything to get rid of these awful people.
What awful people? Visitors. We don't know who they are. They just barged in.
Ha! I'll sort this out. I'm a good sorter-outer.
So Bubbles went into the kitchen to sort it out.
Hello! I'm Bubbles, and I've come to sort out this...
Have you now? There's an awful lot of sorting out to do round here, believe me. Have another jammy jumbly, Bernard.
This was a disaster. Grandpa was in the tin.
That'll be Zach's mum. Well, go, Jason.
But go on, we'll be fine. Oh, do you have another jammy jumbly?
Something's alive!
Something's alive! Oh! Oh!
Luckily, Grandpa escaped and ran.
Well, go on, Jason. Off you go. We'll be fine.
I hoped Grandpa would be all right, but now I really had to go.
Bernard, get down, you silly boy.
But
Can I ask why you're actually here?
To look round the house, of course, because we're going to buy it.
They were here to buy our house.
Buy our house? But it isn't for sale.
Of course it's for sale, dear. That's why your parents are packing things up and cleaning. They obviously want to move out very quickly, don't they, Bernard? Right. Time to see the garden.
Bubbles and Bernard got down off the chairs very nervously and followed Mrs. Balderdash into the garden. Of course, I was at Zach's house worrying about Grandpa.
Disgraceful. Oh, that terrible tree will have to come down.
I knew Grandpa would have a plan,
Tatty old bush there. I don't know. With no idea.
and I was right. He started to shake the bush.
Ah! Something's alive!
Something's alive!
Oh, a bush full of ants, that's all we need. Bernard, you are being silly.
I really wanted to know what was happening, and there was only one way to find out.
I'll go!
I rang home.
Oh, Jason, it's you!
Is everything okay?
No, Jason, it's not okay. Mr. and Mrs. Balderdash want to buy your house. And there was something alive in the jammy jumbly tin. And there's a bush full of ants in the garden. And I'm just about to wake Grandpa up.
No, this will all be a bit too much for Grandpa, Bubbles. You'll have to sort it out.
But Jason,
Look, here's the plan. Tell Mr. and Mrs. Balderdash that there is loads of stuff wrong with our house, right?
Tell them there's loads of stuff wrong. Oh, and then they won't want to buy it.
I get it. And leave the phone off the hook so I can hear what's happening.
Right.
Brilliant plan.
So Bubbles left the phone off the hook just as Jemima came back in with Mr. and Mrs. Balderdash. Then she started to run with my plan.
I really don't blame you for wanting to change the garden. If I were you, I would change everything. I mean, this sitting room is just yuck! And the stairs are in a really stupid place. They should be, like, here. And the floor is bleh.
You're absolutely right, dear. I mean, look at this window, Bernard.
Poor Jemima didn't understand at all.
Oh, Jason told me to do it, to put them off. He's there. I mean, if I were you, I would absolutely not buy this house. It's just yuck.
I mean, look at this stupid...
So Bubbles continued with our plan.
And all those silly old...
How am I doing?
Great! Do the whole horrible upstairs thing.
Right. And if you think it's awful down here, wait till you see the bedrooms. They are just... Ooh. Follow me.
Come along, Bernard.
So everyone followed Bubbles upstairs, and Grandpa came to talk to me.
Jason, I need to get upstairs and be with Brenda and Bernard on their own.
I know, but I'm not there to help Grandpa.
You can help me from where you are. Get Wolfie to bark loudly. That'll bring Jemima and Bubbles down here. Just leave the rest to me.
Okay. And with that, Grandpa jumped down and ran into the kitchen towards my plane.
You see? What did I tell you? It's just yuck, 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 yuck.
I agree. The dreadful bed will have to go, of course. The walls will have to be painted. Oh, and as for the wonky shelf...
Now bark. Woof, woof, woof. So Wolfie barked, and Bubbles and Jemima ran downstairs.
What's wrong, Wolfie?
While Jemima and Bubbles were worrying about Wolfie, Grandpa flew up the stairs. And round he flew.
Stop it, Bernard! Stop making that toy plane go! Stop! You never could resist a toy, could you? You are such a silly...
Mrs. Balderdash left. Meanwhile, Grandpa had got out of the plane and was up on the wonky shelf. He pushed a book off. Then another. Then another.
How? What? Never mind all the who's and how's and what's. It's time you went. This house is not for sale. Do you hear? Not for sale.
Grandpa's job was done.
Take that horrible dog away now!
As Bubbles took Wolfie away, Mr. Balderdash came down the stairs.
We've got to get out of here. Things are alive everywhere. In the biscuit tin, in the bush, and that plane. It flew around all by itself. And then all the books shot off the shelves. And that little old man spoke to me up there. Tiny he was. This big. And he said the house is not for sale. I'm off. I am off.
Bernard!
Bernard!
Just then, Dad came home.
I wouldn't bother even looking round if I were you. Everything's alive.
Dad was very confused. He put the phone back, and at that moment, Grandpa flew down the stairs. He got out of the plane, took off his cap, and came back to his normal size. Later, I got home from Zach's house.
Well, Jason, even though you weren't even here, you managed to help me get rid of them.
Yep, we did it again, Grandpa. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
I can't believe they got the wrong house. It's next door that's for sale. Well done, Grandpa, for seeing them off.
Grandpa? Grandpa didn't do anything.